human armies that are ordered by corporations. Where have I seen that before?
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
Hello. And in this video we're going to look at the GCPS for Deadzone 3rd edition. The GCPS are a all-human force. There did used to be different aliens, mainly orcs. I'm going to say marauders, but orcs, until the Mandrake Uprising, which was basically the orcs turning on the GCPS, and so the GCPS armies only have humans because aliens aren't trusted, which when we go through the list, tiny little discrepancy there. We'll go through it. It seems like the GCPS have not learned. GCPS stands for Galactic Co-Prosperity Sphere. Basically a load of worlds where humans and aliens live together in perfect harmony, and I'm going to use that in massive air quotes because it's basically corporate forces with their own personal armies going to planets, taking over, making alien races do what they want, making them extinct, or signing their lives over to the corporations. And there you go. They are all behest, or believed to be behest, to the Council of Seven, which are the people in charge, which have their own private army known as the Enforcers. The GCPS are basically the lower downs, the human forces, just normal everyday people that want to get on in life and maybe get up the corporate ladder. So, starting with the leaders on page 46 of the Force List book. Starting with the Corporation Major. Speed 1-2, range of 4, fighter 5, survive 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Recon 5+, and Tactician 2. Splat is Drone Strike. The active model may take a special action to perform a range 8 indirect frag 2 attack. Basically cause down a laser or some sort of carpet bombing sort of effect, which not bad. Frag 2 probably won't cause any damage, but will knock the enemy off their feet and potentially pin them. Against Forge Fathers ain't going to be that useful because a lot of them have got Headstrong or Solid, unless you're Brockers of course. Still not bad. You've got a choice of 2 weapon loadouts. You've got the sword, which is close combat weapon, frenzy 1, and a pistol, which is range 3. 3 victory points and 30 points. Or you've got an energy gauntlet, which is close combat and has got knockback, and you've also got a pistol, which is 3 victory points and 30 points. The Corporation Major used to be a captain or a general, I think. Been demoted, but hey ho, same thing kind of. Is not bad. Is there for the support abilities with Tactician and the Drone Strike, and it can shoot, but his shooting's a bit naff considering he's only got a range of 3. Got frenzy 1 with a pistol, which that's not bad I guess. 5 on 5s, it's alright. 30 points is not that expensive really. Getting 5 command dice, you probably want to get at least 1 or 2 drone strikes going off, so it's not bad. I probably would take a different one if you're playing against Forge Fathers, because that drone strike will not be that useful against them. Next we have the Ranger Lieutenant. Speed of 1-2, range 4, fighter 5, survivor 4, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Aerial deployment, jump pack, recon 4+, tactician 1. The splat is Eye in the Sky. Reroll any number of dice when rolling to hit the target cube with an indirect weapon or a grenade during a shoot action. You may only use one special order like this per shoot action, which isn't bad. Just lets you reroll with grenades and indirect weapons, which isn't bad at all. So you've got grenade launchers, you've got mortars. Oh, could be useful on mortars actually. That'd be really good. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. You've got 2 loadouts. You've got the Energy Gauntlet and Pistol, which I've already gone over with the Corporation Major. 3 victory points and 24 points. Or you've got the Energy Gauntlet, Pistol and a Crew Tech Peacemaker, which is range 3, weight of fire 1 and knockback. 3 victory points and 26 points. You've essentially got a basic range 3 pistol, and then you've got a range 3 pistol with weight of fire and knockback. No, it's essentially a sawn-off shotgun. Or a normal shotgun, I guess. The Ranger Lieutenant, I'd say, because of the splat and the aerial deployment thing, I think is a bit better than the Corporation Major. Corporation Major has got an extra pip of Tactician and has got that drone strike, which, again, unless you're playing against Forge Fathers, is going to be pretty good. Again, there is a lot of models that can be taken a lot easier with Solid now, so it might not be that useful, but we'll see. Next we have the Marine Lieutenant. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fighter 4, survivor 4, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Comlink, recon 5+, tactician 1. The splat is Stand Together. Up to 3 unactivated models in your strike team. Up to 3 unactivated models in your strike team to each make a 1 cube move closer to the active model. So essentially you choose 3 unactivated models to move 1 cube towards the active model. Right. It's a little bit weird worded, that. I'd have thought they would have picked up on that. It continues. Moving models must not start in or enter a cube with an enemy model. The moving models are not marked as activated for the end of these moves. So essentially, the 3 models you've chose that haven't activated, move them towards the active model. Make sure you don't go into any enemy models while you're doing so, and the 3 models you've chosen don't count as activated. You're just basically manoeuvring them a bit more, which, yeah, that's not bad. It's got a pistol, 2 victory points and 18 points. It's cheap support character, fighting on 5, so yeah, you've got a bit of close combat capabilities, kinda, and surviving on 4s, that's not bad either. You're cheap. You're cheap leader with a bit of support option. You're not really there to do combat, really, are you? Let's face it, considering you're only 2 points more than a enforcer. Lastly, we have the Marine Sergeant. Speed of 1-2, range 5+, fight 5+, survive 4. No armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Recon 6+, tactician 1. The splat is Overwatch. Use this when an enemy model moves into a cube containing a unactivated friendly model that has a rapid fire weapon. The friendly model may make a free shoot action with that weapon after the enemy model has moved but prior to resolving the free assault. This shoot action is not affected by the clear shot, high ground or friendly fire modifiers, but is still modified for any other bonuses or penalties, e.g. smoke or hollow sight. You may not use Overwatch if there was already an enemy model in the cube at the start of the move action that initiated the assault. So essentially what that means, because there is a lot there, put the model into... Essentially you get to do this when an enemy model is moving into a cube with one of your friendly models. You get to basically shoot them and then they get to assault, essentially. If there's already a enemy model in the same cube as you, don't get to do that. They have to be charging in beforehand. Also, because they're technically in the open, you don't get the bonus for them being in the open, because they are basically moving in to charge you, which could be a bit of a downside if they're already in the open. So swings and roundabouts. Get a free shoot, or wait, see if they finish you off, run away, hopefully they don't kill you, and then shoot them in the open. It swings and roundabouts with that. You've got two weapon loadouts. You've got the energy gauntlet and pistol, which is, I've already explained them. 2 victory points and 18 points. Or you've got the laser rifle, which is range 6 rapid fire. 2 victory points and 20 points. Not a bad leader. Not a bad leader at all. Main downsides is hasn't got armour, and the Overwatch thing, if you're playing against an army that's not really going to do close combat much to you. In some cases, enforcers, a fair few rebs, certain Forge Father builds, and quite a few GCPS loadouts. Yeah, this is not going to be that useful against them. Against others like the Nameless, the Vermin and the Plague, it's going to be fairly good. Honestly, I'd probably say the weakest is the Ranger Lieutenant, only because the Eye in the Sky is only good when you've got certain weapons and units put into your force. The Corporation Major, yes, it might not work that well on Forge Fathers, but it's not situational, apart from that, I guess. The Marine Lieutenant, good mobility if you're trying to get near objectives, or maybe do a charge against an enemy and you want to charge multiples at once. So activate one, then once that's done, activate the other, and then they can both get into close combat. That's not bad. All of them have their uses, but there is one major thing tying them all together. They are a support leaders. None of the GCPS guys are horrible in close combat or at range, but they're not amazing either. You've got to get them to work pretty well, so just keep them out of combat unless you need to, and you'll do fine. So next we have the troops and specialists, starting on page 48. Starting with the Corporate Recruit. Speed of 1-2, range of 6, fight of 6, survive of 6, all the 6s, wow. No armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Laser rifle, which is range 6, rapid fire, no victory points and 6 points. Life's cheap when you recruit. Clearly. I suppose the only thing worse if it could be like some of the Vermin shooting when you need 7s. I think it's Vermin anyway. But yeah, they're cheap and they go off no victory points. That's ridiculous. I mean, yes, you need 6s, but you've still got a chance. These would be my go-to troops if you want a fair few striders in your force, because they're so cheap you can take a load, and they'll take objectives for free, without giving any victory points in return. That's ridiculous. Next we have the Marine, speed 1-2, range of 5, fight of 6, survival of 5, no armour, height 2, size 1, hit 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. So the troop option, you've got either the laser rifle, which is 1 victory point and 8 points, or the flamethrower, which is range 2, it burns, 1 victory point and 8 points. You've then got the Marine Specialist, which is 3 weapon types. You've got the Grenade Launcher, which is range 5, Indirect Frag 3, 2 victory points and 13 points. You've got the Accrue Tech, which is range 10, Sniper Scope, 2 victory points, 15 points. And then you've got the Thermal Rifle, which is range 4, AP2, 1 victory point and 10 points. A Medic, which is a specialist, comes with a pistol, range 3, Medic, 1 victory point and 8 points. And then you've got the Engineer, which comes with a pistol, it's a specialist, has Engineer and Hacker, 1 victory point and 8 points. Engineers are a lot more useful than it used to be, because you get attack drones, which are pretty good considering. You just need 1 engineer, and then you can just go whole hog having a lot of attack drones if you so wish. Grenade launchers aren't bad. They just let you shoot grenades and blow people all over the place, which is nice, and potentially pin them. The Accrue Tech is basically a sniper weapon, which range 10, 2 victory points for 15 points, hitting on 5s in range. It's not bad at all. Thermal Rifle, it's only 1 victory point and 10 points. Range is short, but AP2 you're going to be melting Peacekeeper armour and Forge Guard armour pretty easily. They are not to be overlooked, I'd wager. Neither the flamethrower, because flames burn weapons burn on 4s, which are ridiculous. Medics, life is so cheap in the GCPS that I can't see much point for a medic. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think there's much need for medics myself. The others, yeah, I can see reasons for. Next we have the Corporation Veteran. The stats are basically the same as the Marine, except you're fighting on 5s rather than 6s, and they come with Hacker. The troop options, you've got either the Laser Carbine, which is range 6, rapid fire, rate of fire 1, 1 victory point, 11 points, or the Flamethrower, which is 1 victory point and 11 points. You've also got the Specialist options, which is the Thermal Rifle, 1 victory point, 12 points, the Grenade Launcher, 2 victory points, 15 points, and the Accrue Tech, 2 victory points, 17 points. I wouldn't go for the troop veterans. Reason being is that you get 1 reroll. What do you do? I mean, when it comes to the Marine or veterans, I won't go for the laser rifle or laser carbine options, honestly. You're hitting on 5s at range, but you really want to be as cheap as possible. For the flamethrowers, I'd just go for the Marine. The 3 points cheaper, and if the initial shooting won't do anything to you, the flames probably will. The sniper option, well, the specialist options, yeah, honestly, I'll just go for Marine. The shooting's just the same. The only difference is you've got a better fight value and you've got Hacker. I'd just go for the Marine options. The veterans might seem good on paper, but Nah. I don't think it's going to change much myself. Most people will either take recruits because they're cheap, or take cheap Marines because they're going to do the same, pretty much the same thing, except having a better shoot value and having better specialist options. The veteran, they're more expensive for not much in return, I don't think anyway. Next we have the Marine Monocycle. Speed 2.5, range 5, fight 6, speed survive 5, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 40mm base bike. Comes with a laser rifle, which I've already gone over. 1 victory point, 9 points. It's a troop, so it's only 1 point more than a Marine, which is interesting. I suppose if you want a Marine that's got a high speed that can go to objectives a lot quicker, it's good for that. Also, well, I suppose the problem is it can be pinned, and unless there's a ramp it ain't going anywhere but the ground floor. So you've got to be careful of that. I can see the point in them. It's only 1 point more than a basic Marine and 3 points more than a recruit. If you really want basic laser rifles, I mean, it's under 10 points still. So because of the speed, I don't think it's I don't think it should be ignored. But I suppose the thing is that's all it's got going for it, I guess. Next we have the Deadzone. Speed 1-2, range 5, fight of 6, survival 5, 1 armour, 3 hit points, size 2, 40mm base. Beast Construct Remote. Basically that means it can't pick up items, it can't be pinned, but certain keywords will hurt it a bit more, and remote means you have to have an engineer to actually take them. The troop loadouts, you've got the heavy laser rifle, which is range 6 AP2, 2 victory points, 18 points. You've got the missile launcher, which is range 8 AP1, explosive frag 3, 2 victory points, 22 points. And then the auto cannon, which is range 6, suppression, weight of fire 1, 2 victory points, 18 points. And the specialist option is the command Deadzone, which has got communications, relay, tactician 1, hacker, 3 victory points and 22 points. I can sort of see the point of the command Deadzone because of communications, relay and the tactician 1, so if you lead the dice you're at least getting still an extra command dice. But the troop options is so good. Heavy laser rifle, range 6 AP2. It's basically a longer range version of the thermal rifle, which isn't bad. You've got the missile launcher, which a mobile frag 3 weapon with AP1. That's really good. The auto cannon, mobile suppression, and it's a troop. You can have an army full of suppression. Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot. There's 1 or 2 close combat options. Even a corporation recruit could potentially kill some models in close combat. Potentially. I wouldn't go zooming them in all the time, but hey, it's an option there. It's an option. They're not cheap, I grant you, but 3 health, armour 1, size 2, shooting on 5s. They ain't bad, and you only need 1 engineer, specialist, so 8 points. You're basically paying a 8-point tax to take them, and for a tax, that's not bad, is it? Come on. Next we have the Medibot. Speed 1-2, no range stat, fight of 6, survive 5, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Construct, defender shield and medic. It's a specialist, comes with electric shock, which is close combat, stun, 1 victory point and 14 points. This is basically a more expensive medic. It comes with defender shield and it's got stun, which means the model has to, well, can't activate if it's not activated yet. If it's already activated, kind of has to wait till next turn. It's a little bit of a waste if it's already activated, but you wouldn't really use it in close combat, would you? No, you use it for doing medical stuff, healing, and giving resilience to everyone in the same cube as it, unless they're a construct or a vehicle. So doesn't work on the motorcycles or the tag drones, unfortunately. You've also got Defender Shield, which gives everyone friendlies in the same cube +1 armour, which is nice. It's 6 points more than a Marine Medic, yes, but you've got the Defender Shield, and you've got the potential stun, and you've got Construct, which means you're not getting pinned. So pick your poison, really, I guess, with that. Next we have the Heavy Weapons team. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 6, survival 5, no armour, 4 hit points, size 3, 60mm base. They're all specialists. You've got the all of them apart from the mortar team are heavy weapons. The autocannon is range 6. It's just the same as the attack drone's autocannon. It's just got heavy. The laser cannon is range 8, AP3 heavy. The missile launcher is just the same as the attack drone's missile launcher. It's just got heavy on it. And the mortar is range 8, indirect, frag 4. The autocannon is 1 victory point, 16 points. The laser cannon is 2 victory points and 18 points. The missile launcher is 2 victory points and 20 points. And the mortar is 3 victory points and 22 points. The reason it's that much is the mortars were the main thing people used to take, and now they're the most expensive one of the 4. I'd still take the mortar. The mortar, you're probably not going to do damage with the mortar. It's just blasting people around and suppressing them, and you don't need line of sight. Yes, you need at least 2 successes for it to work, but plus if you take the Ranger Lieutenant, you've got a bit of a bonus with the eye in the sky splat. So you've got options there. The missile launcher is kind of like a slightly more accurate version of the mortar, but it's getting 1 less dice, but you're getting AP. The laser cannon, AP3, but the thermal rifle and the heavy laser rifle are AP2 with a bit less range, and you can move and shoot them. Yeah, I can't see the point in the laser cannon myself. The auto cannon I can, because you've got suppression. That's the main reason you take the auto cannon, but it is range 6, which is a little bit short. Plus the attack drone. Yeah, the attack drone, you've got move and shoot on it, so how many points is it? It's only 2 points more, but the heavy weapon team has got a little bit more health. If the attack drone can take it, then it's better off using the attack drone. If the attack drone can't take it, or it's the laser cannon, you might as well, basically, looking over it, just take the mortar. Long road of that, I guess. Next is the Ranger. Speed of 1-2, range 5, fight 5, survival 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base, aerial deployment and jump pack. So the troop option, you've got the laser carbine, which is 2 victory points and 14 points, and the flamethrower, which is 2 victory points and 14 points. You've then got 4 specialist options. You've got the laser carbine, which is, you've got 3. The first one is laser carbine and thermal mines. The thermal mines is close combat weapon AP3. That is 2 victory points and 16 points. You've then got the crew tech, which is 3 victory points and 19 points, and then thermal rifle, which is 2 victory points and 16 points. You've got aerial deployment and jump pack. That kind of makes the crew tech really useful because you can deploy them potentially on a building perchance, or get them near to a building. And you've also got jump pack, so you can jump onto buildings pretty easily. The laser carbine and thermal mines, at least you're getting a close combat option. You've got that there, AP3. That is going to hurt a Strider. That is really going to hurt a Strider if you're able to close combat it. Needing 5s, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. 14 points for the troop options. Yeah. I'd honestly just go for the basic marine if you just want flamethrowers. Yes, you haven't got jump pack or aerial deployment or armour for that matter, but flamethrowers are flamethrowers. They all do the same thing, don't they? Laser carbine and thermal mines, give it a chance, I guess. 16 points, it's not that expensive. Crew tech, 19 points, a little bit expensive, but you're getting a sort of mobile sniper, so there's options there. I can see the point of that. Thermal rifle, nah. You might as well take just a normal marine with a thermal rifle for that. Yeah, too expensive for me. The troop options, again, a bit too expensive for my taste. But you have got the jump pack and aerial deployment, which brings it back a bit. But yeah, they're only 2 points cheaper than a enforcer. An enforcer can do much better. Yeah. Now troop options not for me, I'm afraid. Next we have, now this one is what I was talking about, where I was saying at the start of the video they haven't learned their lesson, because there is the Ogre Terminator. Yeah, I'll show you. The Ogre Terminator is not human. Speed of 1-2, range 5, fighter 4, survivor 4, 1 armour, 5 hit points, size 3, 40mm base, and it's got headstrong, so not that easy to suppress it. You can, but has a chance of not being suppressed. It's a specialist. It comes with 2 weapons. Comes with a minigun, which is range 6, suppression, weight fire 2, and the shank bayonet, which is close combat weapon, AP1 and knockback. Don't know why it's got knockback, but it has. 3 victory points and 32 points. Now, if you want a mobile suppression which has got a lot of health, good in close combat, it's got a good survive stat, and also some resilience to suppression, Ogre Terminators. You can do a lot worse than the Ogre Terminator. Yeah, it's not a bad option. Fluff wise, it is a bad option because these are just going to turn on the GCPS so quickly. But considering what it does, it's good. The only shame is that the minigun isn't longer range, but hey ho, it is what it is. Next we have the Riot Trooper. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fighter 4, survivor 5, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Comes with Defender Shield. It's a specialist that comes with 2 weapons, the Riot Gun, which is range 4, weight fire 1, and a Riot Mace, which is close combat weapon, smash 1, 2 victory points, 18 points. Now, the Riot Trooper, these are pretty interesting. These are basically your main close combat guys. Yes, you've got the Ogre Terminator, but they are nearly twice the points. I suppose you've also got the Ranger and, well, I guess you've got the Ranger with thermal mines, which, yeah, it counts as a close combat guy. But the Riot Trooper hits on 4s in close combat, and you're getting 4 dice because of smash. Plus you've got Defender Shield, so anyone else in the same cube gets +1 armour. The Riot Gun isn't amazing, but and it's close range, but then again these want to get in close and smash your head off. 18 points, fighting on fours, yeah, give these a go. So on to the support option. There's only one on page 52, and it is the Strider. Speed 1-2, range of 5, fight of 5, survival 5, armour 3, 5 hit points, size 4, 60mm base. Walker. Right, so you've got 4 loadouts. The heavy burst laser, which is range 10, weight of fire 2, suppression. It's got 4 victory points, 38 points. You've got the urban assault strider. It's got a chainsaw, close combat weapon AP2 frenzy 1, and an assault flamer, which is range 3 AP1 it burns. 4 victory points, 42 points. You've got the tank buster strider, which just comes with a Polaris cannon, range 10 AP4, 4 victory points and 40 points. You've then got the Ajax strider, which has a grav ram in close combat and a grav ram at range. The close combat variant is AP2. The range variant is range 2 AP1, explosive frag 3, and an aggressor shield, which defender shield, which on a walker plus 1 armour. 5 victory points, 50 points. You've then got a strider. You've then got 2 options, which a strider can only take one of each. Take one option, not one of each. You've got smoke launchers, which are range 3, grenade, smoke, 1 use, plus 3 points, or shoulder rockets, which is range 3, grenade, frag 3, 1 use, and plus 6 points. All striders in the GCPS are valid. The heavy burst laser gives good suppression, good mobile suppression. It's basically like the Ogre Terminator on steroids. The urban assault strider is a pretty decent close combat option, and an assault flamer, which is range 3, and it burns. Nice. The tank buster strider is good armor penetration, mainly against other walkers, because most of them got armor 3 or 4. And the Ajax strider is expensive and gives a lot of victory points, but you are getting some good close combat and a bit of explosive. The problem with the Ajax strider is it's trying to be a jack of all trades, and honestly for the GCPS it's not really doing it all that well. You kind of want to keep it as cheap as possible. I wouldn't go for the Ajax strider for the GCPS. You've got better close combat options, and you've got better explosive or high AP ranged options. And for me, it's not bad. If you want to take one, can't blame you. It looks nice and it does good stuff, but it wants to be close combat and range, and I honestly think the other 3 options are way better for what you want and need. So, coming on to the Living Legends, starting on page 52. Starting with Therese Washington. She's the new one that came in the 2-player starter set and in the GCPS starter box. Speed of 1-2, range 5, fight of 4, survival 4, armour 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Aerial deployment, fire control, jump pack and tactician 1. She comes with 3 weapons, a pistol and a crew tech, peacemaker and an energy gauntlet. She's worth 2 victory points and 22 points. She's not bad. She gives tactician 1, so if you lead dice, she's still keeping an extra command dice. Jump pack and aerial deployment, that's not bad. The fire control, she can shoot the pistol and the peacemaker in one shooting. That's pretty decent. Plus, if you're shooting someone off a building and it's high up, that's going to be painful. excuse me, she's basically a, I think it's a, yeah, she's basically a more powerful Ranger Lieutenant, honestly. She's not bad. She's not bad at all. I can see why people would take her. I really do. That fire control, shoot twice. Hitting on 5s, but you're getting 2 shoots off 1 shoot action. That's not bad. Next we have Lieutenant Commander Rocker. Speed 1, 2. Range of 4, Fighter 5, Survival 4, Arm 1, 2 hit points. Size 1, 25mm base. Jump Pack, Scout, Tactician 2. Comes with a sniper rifle, which is range 10, sniper scope, 4 victory points and 38 points. He is basically, or is it she? Not sure. Commander Rocket is basically an enforcer that goes around making sure things are going well. Tactician 2, Scout, and a pretty good sniper. Hitting on 4s with jump pack. He's expensive, or she's expensive, not sure. Rocker's expensive. Rocket is definitely expensive, but what you can get out of Rocket really does help. You've got the Tactician 2 and Scout, so if you're low on command dice, this can perk it up a bit. And you've also got the Scout, like I say, so you can move a bit and get in position a lot quicker. But like I say, expensive and gives a lot of victory points. Got to be careful of that. Lastly, we have Major Lauren Chard. Speed of 1, 2, range of 4, Fighter 5, Survival 4, Arm 1, 2 hit points, Size 1, 25mm base. Combat Team Training, Comlink, Tactician 2. Comes with a pistol with 3 victory points and 28 points. He's not cheap. He's basically a more enhanced and supportive version of the, what's it called, the Major. Oh no, the Lieutenant. Well, it's basically the Major and Lieutenant combined into one, really. I suppose if you take either Rocket or Chard, you could take a Lieutenant or a Sergeant. So you've got pretty good command. Tactician, should I say. You've got the Combat Team Training, which at least if you lose less than half your force, you've still got the ability to re-roll your command dice if you don't like some of the results. And the Comlink, it's not bad supportability at all. Bit expensive, but can really assist your troops. And so on to the items on page 53. Ammo is 2 points, can have as many as you want. AP ammo is 4 points, can only have 4 of them. Frag 3 grenades are 6 points, can have as many as you want. Smoke grenades are 3 points, can have as many as you want. Stun grenades are 4 points, you can only have 1. Medpacks are 4 points, you can only have 1. Comlink is 4 points, you can only have 2. Troop mines are 4 points, you can only have 2. Thermal mines 4 points, you can only have 2. Combat blades 2 points, you can have as many as you want. Stimulant shot is 2 points, you can only have 2. And adrenaline shot is 2 points, you can only have 2. These are a force that you can build in so many more ways than you used to be able to. You can build them for close combat, though you are going to need your troops to give them supporting fire. So you've got your riot troopers, your urban assault striders and your ogre terminators to go in there and kill enemies in close combat. You kind of need other suppression units to let them do their thing. You can do a horde force where you just have a load of recruits and then build them up with, I don't know, a few striders and a few other stuff. Bulking them up, why not? You can have all rangers. Personally, I wouldn't, because they're a little bit expensive for what the GCPS are, but it's doable. It's doable. This is an army where, unless you're taking riot troopers, ogre terminators or urban assault striders, you kind of don't want to do close combat that much. You want to keep them at range, which is why you're probably best off going the horde route and taking recruits as your troops and then going from there. Only 6 points, no victory points, so if you do lose them, not much of a loss. They are basically your player tax, as it was. You could also go down the AI route and just have an engineer and as a specialist, and then just have a load of attack drones striding around. Oh, that'd be immense. That'd be immense. Their main weakness is that a lot of them can't do close combat and haven't got armour. And really, I don't think, apart from the 3 aforementioned close combat variants mentioned, they're not going to be that different than in 2nd edition. But that's just me. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.